Episode of Design Theater. Today we are looking at Kim Jung Gi. Kim Jung Gi recently passed away in October of this last year. He was actually only 47 years old. He was a South Korean artist. And if you're an illustrator, you know about this guy. This guy is insanely talented, and it was a huge loss to the world that this guy passed away because he was so young, but he was able to do so much, and he has such a mastery over his skill set, and people just really like not only him, not only his art, but also just him in general. He was a from what I could tell, he seemed like a really cool guy. But like I was talking about in yesterday's video, when I was looking at the artist Katsuya Terada and Kim Jung Gi, they were buddies, and so they were inspired from one another. They kind of bounced ideas off of one another. They both worked in the same studio of Super Annie, and so you can see the influence on each other's work. Like I said about Terada is much more interested in the way that the forms change, whereas Kim Jung Gi is very much interested in just like the perspective of images, right? His stuff has a lot of perspective, and there's also a lot of portrayal of South Korea, a lot of the symbolism and the sort of things it is that you would see from an Asian culture. But like, he's able to put in so much into a drawing and somehow still make it feel cohesive. So this piece right here that I have pulled up is really interesting because it looks like he has several different kinds of perspectives going on. So let's zoom into it real quick and see what we can see. Um, this is interesting. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's got some sort of tiger characters. Looks like they're fighting. And this tiger is trying to get into this house here. All right. So he's telling a story with this, and then we got these kids over here that are hiding from the tiger. It looks like the tiger is stealing from this woman and then putting their clothes on and trying to get to them while they're hiding in their house, something like that. And then we see, I guess maybe this would be earlier, we see the girl leaving leaving her home, and she has her bundle of stuff that eventually the tiger gets. I love this sort of illustrations. I'm actually in Thailand right now, and this is not too dissimilar to what you would see in Thailand, just the local culture and the expression of it. Oh, I guess this would be the beginning of the story. We see she's walking, she comes across these two tigers, she runs from one of them, and then she ends up in the middle of this conflict between these two tigers, and she has to run away. And then on the other side of it, we have just complete chaos going on. The tongue of the tiger turns into the tiger chasing the girls, trying to get to them, and now they're jumping onto a airplane. I mean, not an airplane, a rocket. And even then, even then, the tiger is still chasing them, and they're firing off into space. And then eventually, they kick off the bottom part of the they kick off the bottom part of the spaceship, and they continue to go upwards. And then you have the two characters here reaching out to one another. I mean, it's incredibly well done. And then when we look here, we just see all this. We see that we're guessing here that really the real story is that these two kids are playing, and they're imagining this whole scene. That's what it is that I'm getting from this. But you can see the amount of perspective it is that he puts in this images, and how much detail he can put into his images. I feel like his stuff would work really good for the mental canvas drawings, where you can have a bunch of drawings within a drawing. I don't know if you ever did one of those. Let's go through these real quickly. Really cool sketch. He was really well known for having like these insane sketchbooks with just tons and tons of work. There's some character study type stuff. This might have been something he did for a client, something like that. Really cool. He really liked to take the proportions of the body and play around with them. We'll see later on in some of the other ones that he's got these, these regular normal sized characters, but with oversized, cartoonish like heads. They almost look like, they almost kind of have this giant midget kind of feel to them, if that makes sense. Stuff like this. Yeah. Lots of pen and ink stuff. That's what he was known for. Very cool. This is him doing one of the live drawings. So what he would do is he would show up to these different places, whether they were like event locations or colleges or whatever, and he would just have this huge piece of paper, and then he would just start drawing. I believe he did everything with a brush pen, but I mean it's insane the amount of stuff he could do. It's another page out of his sketchbook. Yeah, I mean his imagination was pretty wild. See this kind of armor. This armor with these figures going in and out. There's another shot of just to show how big some of the canvases that he did, that he would work on. I mean, this is completely insane. I think this is the same one from before, from the previous shot. There's another one. Really cool. Some more character work. Yeah, I mean, he was really a master of character design, and you can tell that like this image of this central figure here has so much going on. He's got his weaponry and he's got his armor, but then he's also got this Buddha statue on his back that he's carrying along, and then you've got the other people with him. He has a really good use of dropping in shadows. He uses shadows underneath things in order to show the overlap. And then he's got these midtones as well. Very nice. This was like a wallpaper image that I came across. Let's zoom in here and take a look and see. Yeah, I mean, I feel like so much of it is a celebration of his culture. And it's really awesome to see it, It's something that can't be, you can learn how to draw at his level, definitely for sure, but his sense of humor, his sense of storytelling, and his love for the culture that he came from, and his desire to share it with people the way that he does is really what sets his work apart. He wasn't just somebody who could render very well. He was somebody that could communicate something to people. And you can see in this illustration, there's just so much going on. As an illustrator, if you took a concept like this and tried to create something where it had lots of different figures, then it would definitely help you build your skills up for sure. All right, I got a few more, and then we'll go ahead and close this one out. This one I feel like I could have gotten a better resolution shot of this. It's kind of hard for me to tell what's going on here. I believe that this was, I'm not sure if this was done for a memorial or something. But the story seems very sad. It looks like there's firemen trying to rescue two children that are holding one another, and they're both holding airplanes in their hand. Um, I'm not exactly sure what the story is behind that, if that's a real thing or not, but I wouldn't be surprised because he's done art for so many different things that this may have been a tribute to something that actually happened. Yeah, he did a lot of life drawing type stuff. That's one of the reasons why he's able to be so good at what it is that he does with the environments and whatnot. And you can really see it in this piece here. I think I've got just this one left right here. It's another example of the big heads and little body. Pretty cool stuff. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll have another one tomorrow, and I'll just kind of keep posting these. If there's an artist it is you'd like for me to cover, or maybe a game or a movie or something like that, just drop a comment in the comment box. And thank you for watching. Take it easy.